Let's talk about Woman House and the exhibition that you have, installation that is actually happening in your childhood home. It's 14 artists that you have gathered in this house, and it really is looking back at that famous exhibition from 1972
Yeah.
of the same name. Talk to me
Mhm.
about how Woman House here in Detroit came to be.
So Laura Earle, she is the chief curator for Woman House. She actually did an exhibition in I think it's Manchester, Michigan, called Dear Woman House. And she turned her home into an exhibition space based on the model of Judy Chicago's Woman House. So I had already decided that I wanted to turn my house into an artist residency for women. And, I was actually getting prepared for that, doing a lot of, renovation on the house and such. But, she suggested that we have this exhibit. So we went down the line of thinking of different artists that would be great for this exhibit. And we thought of women who speaks to the female experience, women who really talk about their experiences in their lives as women, as well as, sharing opportunities with other women
Yeah.
artists. 14 awesome, diverse women from around the Detroit and metropolitan Detroit area. And once we got the women together, we did a series of conscious raising workshops where we spoke about our experiences as women in not just in the arts but just period, and how that relates to society today and back then.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, we look at the 70s and the period in time for women and coming into our own and finding where are we in 2021. What have some of the reactions been of seeing Woman House now?
We've had some very strong reactions. We have one installation called the womb, which is an actual like walking into the womb of a woman. That's done by Jessica DeMiro, and a lot of people have been touched by that. Just
Mhm.
thinking about what women go through as far as childbirth or dealing with maybe the loss of a child, because that
Yeah.
was what sprung from Jessica's piece. Also, we had Sabrina Nelson. She did a piece in the bathroom, a pock area, just really speaks to healing and woman and self-love and loving yourself and taking care of yourself naturally, and not, putting society's, chemicals all over yourself to make yourself more beautiful. Another piece speaks to abortion and our right to choose, and how the bill that was passed in Texas has taken away that right for women. So there's various different things that has pulled the heartstrings of people who have come into the space. And then there's some funny pieces. I did some art. I was in it too. Yeah, there my pieces on the front porch is called Fall in Love. On the porch, it's a porch swing and it's covered in fall stuff and it smells good and it's all about the lovey-dovey feelings of love, but it's also a fairy tale.
Mhm.
The fairy tale
Yeah.
that we are, that we're taught growing up as a kid about what love is and what it holds. And then in the back, on the back porch, there's a picture of a man and woman pointing fingers at each other. So every part of the house has become a part of the art.
And for it to be your childhood home,
Mhm.
your journey becoming an artist and then giving your childhood space to other women to express their art. There's something really powerful about that, Asia.
The house has always been a house full of women. There are more women in my family than there are men. Having the house be a space for art is my give back to that community. To be able to share with them how I see art and how I've experienced it and let them see it and experience it is like my pleasure. It's my pleasure. seeing my neighbors drive by and slow down and say, what's going on here? You know, I'm like, come on in. And when they come in and they experience the art, I'm like, that's what this is all about.